Okay, so I put like a different perspective on my room, but I really wanted to do this. I was thinking about this last night, about my what do you call, experience on my first year of university so far, um, and now I'm on the second year. So I will talk about my first year of experience just so I can look back and see what's the difference. Um, because I would probably like forget about it. So the thing is, I'm a linguistics student, but my command of English is really really bad compared to other people who are on this course, this degree course, undergraduate course. Yes, that's the word. Those are the words. Yeah, I really had, I don't know. I thought that I would have a hard time, especially when it comes to the module for analyzing the structure of grammar in English. Because the thing is, in primary school, primary one, I learned we learn about like the grammar structure of English. So it's like, oh, a singular, you use is, and you use are for plural, and then you use a, s's to indicate singular subject on verbs. And you know what? I kind of forgot about it after primary one. So I've been like cruising by. I've been like, I just, when it comes to like multiple choice questions, I just like pick the one that sounds better, but I always pick the wrong one. So technically, the sound better method didn't work. And yeah, and then um, I don't do well in essays too, and in primary school and secondary school, and even like general paper, which is a kind of a fucking essay thing that you have to memorize on knowledge or some shit. I never really go through that in junior college because I drop out. I drop the fuck out because I've been failing on my science and my math. I don't know. The environment is just really not that good for me, but a lot of people was telling me to go to polytechnic, even my parents. I didn't want to go there first because I just want to know. I just want to experience junior college, also known as JC. I just want to understand the environment, and I'm like, what's good? What's poppin'? Why do you think I'm not smart enough to go in? It's kind of like that, like to um, yeah, my emotion my emotions going through that was, to like prove people wrong, which is not a good mindset to go to anything, any place, okay? But I just want to experience it because I think my life would be sad if I didn't went to junior college. Um, I have like really internalized homophobia and transphobia, but I kind of like at like upper secondary school, like the last 2 years of my secondary school, I kind of like started watching um gay YouTubers. I don't know. I don't know, but I opened my mind to it. Um, because my family, just like in general, Chinese family would be like discriminate against like gay people and trans people. I've always seen that throughout my life. Like they're just like, oh my god, that is so weird. Like this person liking like a guy liking guy, weird. A girl liking girl, weird. Like it's not acceptable. Even though we're not fucking Christians. That's the T. Just the T. We're not even fucking Christians. Why do we? The thing. The 18 levels of hell didn't even mention about same-sex relationships. You won't go to hell if you are in a same-sex relationship. You know, that's the T. Okay, I don't know what's going on through that fucking noggin, but something's not right. So yeah, I think like after I started watching, sorry, gay YouTubers and like, I think I was less ignorant and my mind has changed. I also before watching gay YouTubers, I started watching other YouTubers that isn't my race, which is Chinese. I started watching more like diverse, more POC in other countries. Definitely, like, so like different perspective and such. So yeah, and then you found out that Singaporean content on YouTube like really fucking sucks. After watching all that shit, all the other content outside of Singapore, outside of Chinese Singapore. Um, yeah, so that really like, and then I step into like gay YouTube, but I didn't like, I avoid at all costs. I avoid watching trans YouTuber because I know I think that was my internalized homophobia, transphobia, sorry, internalized transphobia, because I knew I was trans. You know how I knew I was trans? It's a weird thing. As a kid, I watched a lot of like trans and intersex documentaries when I was younger, but I didn't know that trans men exist. But so because of that, documentaries don't really do much about trans masculine stories, mostly trans feminine stories. Like, and then I hear my family like talk about, because like in Taiwan, there's this host, uh, Li Jing, I think that's her name. Um, she's like trans, I think openly like a trans woman, and she hosts a bunch of television shows, and people like give shits about her. And then the weird thing is they keep watching, like my family keep watching her on like variety shows, but like at the same time make fun of her for being trans or something like that. Um, I don't know. Something just didn't click in their heads. Like, then why the fuck you still watching her? But anyways, yeah, that was like how I guess my internalized transphobia nurtured. Um, and I think without going to junior college, I wouldn't have like download BuzzFeed. I wouldn't have like watch BuzzFeed videos, or like the BuzzFeed apps where there's all the news, because I need to do general papers, so I need to know about the world. Um, so I wouldn't come across Jamie Dodge's transition video, like slideshow of pictures, like that video, like the 8 years of transition. I think that was the video on T, and like I was like amazed. I remember it was like a school morning. I was waiting for morning assembly to start, and I was watching his video, and I was like, whoa. But I don't know. I still didn't click in my head. But I don't know. I just felt really good after watching it. Um, yeah, and then I still didn't watch trans YouTuber. I still avoid it because deep down, I know I wasn't ready for it. But yeah, and then I mean, like deep down, I know I just wasn't ready to cut my hair because my mom pay for my haircuts, and I didn't wanna, like, how do I say, what, like, you know, interrupt this like routine and shit. I don't know. My mom used to tell the hair and the hair stylist in the salon to cut my how to cut my hair because I don't give a fuck. I actually, when I was younger, I always put like water in my hair, and I sit in front of the fan, and and then it blew my hair up, so it's like like what I wanted, like just like standing up. Yeah, because I didn't know that people use like pomades and wax and shit. Yeah, that was that was what I remember. But anyways, going back to like the ling yeah. So during okay, so during junior college, I my goal, I didn't have a goal. My goal was university, but don't know what course to go in. Don't know what course to go in. Um, and then I came across linguistics. So I was like, ooh, I was intrigued, and I don't know. I put it out there to the universe, like somehow manifested it, and then I dropped out of junior college. I went to polytechnic, and that was my goal, is to go to university and linguistics, and then yeah, whatever. And after that, I was like very into sociology. Didn't manage to get into sociology after I graduated polytechnic with a diploma because my GPA isn't that high. My internship sucked. I mean, I'm grateful for the experience, but my grades really like pull my GPA down. So whatever, I got a B, and then everything was yeah, and then I didn't manage to get into sociology, or I mean, I got into business for other university. Like I applied, and I have they were about to, yeah. I didn't accept that offer. Um, so I went to this university instead, and no, because I got a email from this university about the linguistics course, and I was like, whoa, did I manifested it? Whoa. And I got into it. Get into it. And then I saw grammar in my first year, first semester. I'm not gonna lie, before school started, I was like fucking scared as shit. Yeah, I was really scared that I couldn't do it, but because of like constantly doing Duolingo, Spanish on Duolingo, and Duolingo correcting my fucking English, I managed to remember what is singular, what's plural on English, on the verbs. So I guess Duolingo taught me English while teaching me Spanish, because you know that part that Duolingo wants you to like translate back into English, like they give you like Spanish sentences, and then you gotta type it out, like what's the English translation for this Spanish sentence. So I always got it wrong because of my singular and plural things, and I managed to, fucking understand now. Anyways, so Duolingo did taught me English, and then like I realized that linguistics is just about, I mean, most of it that is about syntax, structure of any language is just about finding patterns and doing it. I didn't even do any puzzle activities in my early childhood or my childhood. I don't play that shit. I don't do jigsaw puzzles. I don't do no Rubik's Cube. I didn't solve the Rubik's Cube on my own. I memorized the shit. I memorized how to solve a Rubik's Cube instead of solving the Rubik's Cube on my own. So that's how weird I am in my childhood years. I didn't play puzzle, I didn't play anything like that stimulates the mind. And I don't read books. Yeah, I don't read books. Where I only started reading books when I was in Polytechnic. I didn't start. I don't. I don't own much books. I mean, I own it, but I don't read it because mainly because I don't own storybooks to read them because I have to save up to buy books on my own. My mom wouldn't buy books for me specifically. Even like Chinese comic books that are educational, I bought it with my own money. Kind of weird. Um, yeah. So I don't read much English books. I don't know why. I got scarred, I guess, from all the bad grades I got from primary school and secondary school. Um, yeah, and I don't read books, which then hurts my understanding for simple vocabularies. I think now I'm still struggling with vocabularies. I don't even understand what is what. I just have to like find the dictionary and like understand it, but I really don't know what certain words mean, and I am so scared that I do not know what certain words mean. Um, it's like I don't know, crazy, but I managed to go year two, so that's fine, I guess. So if you have any doubts about anything, apparently there's a bunch of YouTubers who has a linguistics degree. Now that I found out, I only knew that Dan and Phil Lester was major in linguistics. And then now recently found out that it's Reddish Time majored in linguistics because Crash Course made a preview for a linguistics crash course, and she's the presenter, the host for it recently, and recently found out that Emma Blackery was a linguistic major, and then I think she got a master's. That's why she was talking about PhD in her recent video or something. Not about The Sims, but it's pretty recent. I am pretty shook. Anyways, a lot of tangent. That's how my mind works. Um, yeah, and I don't know. I just like, am I struggling? I think the main thing I was struggling was the rigid, like, if the marker was Chinese and the rigid concept of how an essay how an essay should be, like have like fucking titles, subheadings and shit. I don't do that much because I just feel like an essay gotta flow how it's gonna flow based on how you associate it with. It's not a dictionary as we were taught. Like our brain don't work like a dictionary. Our brain just work like how we connect things to one another. So that's how essays should work, right? But people just like didn't appreciate um things like that. People just call my essay messy. I think the only person who appreciated my writing was the my my tutor who is a philo um have a degree in philosophy. I don't know, PhD. I don't know. He just majored in philosophy, and he taught us writing skills mod, a writing a writing skills mod, research writing mod thing. Yeah. So I wrote about conspiracy theories. So what's new, right? Yeah. So I didn't really have a. I just had a flow. I didn't have like subheadings. Pretty interesting to me, and you can tell that I'm interested in the subject. I didn't limit my word count, even though there was a word count. I just like I just write it. I wrote it, and that's that. You know, I think he's the only, because my brain works very like in philosophy kind of mentality. I just didn't know how to. I don't know, structure. It's a label. It's a category of things, right? Why do we give a fuck? Um, I guess. I don't know. Linguistics people really like to categorize stuff, as my conversation analysis prof said. I'm just saying, you're fucking weird and shit. You know, categorize stuff. I don't, because that's what I was. I taught myself, like, after like watching a bunch of videos about trans people, like, shouldn't categorize sex or gender anymore. Like, science is just a spectrum of things. There's no there's no black and white. It's not law. It's not black and white. If you really want black and white, go to law. Why are you here? Why are you in fucking humanities and shit? Social science. Why the fuck are you here? Whoa. Yeah, so my year one sem one was pretty cruising, except for bilingual course. I just didn't do well in that. And gender intro to gen what gender and diversity, that was pretty whack. I don't know. I just like I don't think I did well, so whatever. They don't give us our scores because I just SU'd it. It means like I just made it pass fail. I just made it like not like graded in terms of ABCD. Yeah. Just made it like pass fail mod. Um yeah. So I don't know my grades. So I just think that I did badly. So that's that. Yeah, so that's my experience for year one linguistics module, that I just said that in summary, I don't have a great command in English. Yeah, I have problems expressing in language as well, because so far what I've observed about myself is that I don't have words for certain things, but I have like sound effects for certain moods, certain emotions. Um, I think like my friends, if you're a long enough friend of mine, you realize that I cannot express emotions much, like, cause it's so overwhelming. So my way of expression was to do sound effects with my mouth. That's it, right? Yeah, I'm a weird person. That's why, like, I don't know. I don't know. But, anyways, that's my thoughts about year one. I think it was pretty good. I got, I learned Latin, I learned Spanish. My other mods, like, voluntarily learned Latin because I didn't get into Spanish. So, I think that helps a lot. I think that was the universe telling me that you gotta do it. And I did okay. I did okay for Latin. I got a B. Just basically about glossing Latin, sentence. sentences and writing out in English, or using English to translate into Latin. It's not really about communicating in Latin, because we're not learning about communicating in Latin. We're learning about the writing, how to write, how to understand Latin language, how to use the Latin dictionary, Latin English dictionary, right? Yeah. There's nothing much about Latin, but it did like taught me a bunch of skills about glossing, which now comes in handy for morphology and syntax. Yeah. And my memory is like gradually fading. I couldn't memorize shit for my life. You know, whatever. I don't know if I should train up my memory skills, or to try a metaphysical stuff like tapping into the universal consciousness, universal knowledge, to plug it into my memory when I do quizzes and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I cannot memorize anything now. I think after like Polytechnic, the first year of Polytechnic, after that, I cannot memorize anything for dear life. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. How to help myself? Couldn't help myself. Anyways, it's been almost 30 minutes long. Yeah. Bye bye.